Folks, we have a little positive news to report to you tonight. Don't think I've forgotten about Convention of States. I have not forgotten about Convention of States. And we have the head muckety-muck of Convention of States, my dear friend Mark Meckler, to report to us. Mark, how are you, my friend?
Man, it's a good day for Liberty, Mark. I'm doing very well, thank you.
It's a great day. Tell everybody what's going on.
Well, so as you know, we've been laboring out there in the trenches for years now, working on passing Convention of States resolutions around the country. And today we had an incredible victory. The Wisconsin Senate voted and passed the Convention of States resolution. We had already passed the Assembly. So that becomes legislature number 16 in the books to approve the Convention of States resolution.
What state's next?
Well, we had another victory today. I honestly didn't expect it to happen today. It really happened very quickly. And South Dakota, at 7:30 this morning, they started their hearing, packed the hearing room in South Dakota with patriots. It went straight to the floor. There's no delay in South Dakota. And today we passed the South Dakota House. So South Dakota's looking really good. But that's not all. Nebraska's on the slate, Nebraska being the only unicameral legislature in the country. They have a Senate, not a House. And we've gone through 2 votes there. It's a 3-vote process. We expect to have our 3rd vote by the end of the week in Nebraska, and that would make Nebraska state number 17, and we would cross the halfway mark.
What would you like this very patriotic and intelligent audience that supports largely Convention of States to do with respect to Nebraska if Nebraska has this key vote this week? What can we do?
Yeah, look, if you're in Nebraska, then what you want to do is you want to call your senator and you want to let them know that you're a supporter of Convention of States and you want it to happen. And if they do that, then that puts them on record. It puts a little bit of extra pressure on their senators. I think the same thing can be said. We're going to go over to the Senate in South Dakota. It's going to be a tight vote over there. If they're in South Dakota, they should call their senators there. And by the way, Mark, we're close, and also in South Carolina, we've passed 1 House, and we've already passed the House of Representatives there, and we'll be moving in the Senate shortly. So if you're in South Carolina, call your senator, let them know that you're in support. This is moving all over the country right now. The momentum is just extraordinary.
Because if not now, when, Mark Meckler? This is really the only institutional solution. And the framers talked about this. They talked about this as a critical process for avoiding violence, that when the people really need to speak up and stand up, this is the way they're supposed to do it. And this has pretty much been done under the radar. So once the left gets a little bit more educated about this, they're going to go crazy, as they always do. So it's important. We got 3 states, you said, on the hook here. Nebraska's up next. Idaho's close. South Carolina's close.
Nebraska.
What's that? South Dakota, I'm sorry.
Yep. And then South Carolina, I think. Those are the next 3.
So this is very, very important, and this is very doable. And
Mark, I got to tell you a story, because I was on the floor of today in Iowa. I was personally in Iowa in the legislature. One of our sponsors, Representative Wills, was walking me through the House of Representatives. He stopped to drop something off on his desk. They don't have offices, just desks on the floor of the legislature. And on his desk, he had a book, and that book was Liberty Amendments. And literally, he said, you're the guy that caught him on this. He's my sponsor there. If this happens there, it's because of him, and it's because he read your book, and that inspired him to understand that the solution was Article 5.
Mark Meckler, let's tell everybody, early on, you and I both opposed this process. Then you looked into it. I didn't know you were looking into it. I started to write a book against it, and I said, wait a minute. Why am I against this? And then I reversed course, and I wrote a book strongly in support of it. And then virtually simultaneously, you formed this organization, and this book comes out with now any discussion between us, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Mark, I remember when we had the discussion about it, and you had written the book, and me and Mike Ferris had started the organization. And I remember telling you this, and there was a long pause, and you said, that's not coincidence, that's providence. And I really believe it is, because this movement required the intellectual foundation that you provided with the Liberty Amendments. And then it required a bunch of grassroots activism. And obviously that's what I know how to do, what Mike Ferris knew how to do with the homeschool movement. And those kind of things, we look at these pivot points in history God puts his hand on things, and I'm convinced that was a providential moment.
Mm-hmm. So here's what I want you to do. On these various states, as they come up, as you need support or something happens and you want to report to us, to let Mr. Producer Rich know, and now let the general public know if they want to get involved in a voluntary movement, if they want to get involved in these states, if their states are red or marginally red or blue, and they want to become activists, and if people want to donate to the cause, because this is a big cause. It's a very, very crucial cause during very grave times here. Where do they go?
Go to conventionofstates.com, fill out the petition, and send that to your legislator. Importantly, click on the Take Action button and volunteer. Not enough just to fill out the petition. We need you guys in the fight. It doesn't take everybody. It just takes a few great patriots, and I know they're in your audience, Mark.
All right, Mark. God bless you, my friend, and my best to your wife and all your volunteers.
Same to you, Mark. God bless. Thank you very much.
You too. See, folks, there's still things going on out there. You can't give up. You can't roll over. That's what they expect.
I'm here live in Philadelphia at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. When you hear the phrase lives, fortunes, and sacred honor, these are the folks we should think of, those who anonymously gave their lives. Well, today you have a chance to volunteer. You need to volunteer for conventionofstates.com, the movement that's going to save the country. These folks are willing to step up and give everything. We need you to give just a little bit. Go to conventionofstates.com and volunteer today.